Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. So it's been a long winter, 5 months. This is the first time I've been out here on the porch in 5 months. It's the day after St. Patty's Day. Come on, Dakota, stop. I got my dog here. Come on, Dakota. Here we go. All right, he's all excited. Oh, hold on, Dakota. All right, so getting right into this. Kyle Kulinski put up a video talking about Rogan's fan base demographics. Okay, so I had no idea. I knew that Rogan had a lot of right wing Republicans who follow him, who are avid fans, and even the age group. I know a lot of Rogan's fans are young, but the majority of this, I'm going to play this in a second though, but males, like 70% male, maybe even higher, age group 17 to 34 or 18 to 34, conservatives. That's the majority. I'm going to break it down for you right here. Kind of interesting. Where does that leave me? A boomer, progressive liberal boomer. I'm actually really a centrist. But anyway, let me get right into this. Kyle Kulinski's amazing too. Although his show has been kind of stalled like the last year or so. I see he has a 974,000 subscribers, which is good, but he's been at that rate for quite a while. But anyway, here we go. Kyle Kulinski.
Interesting numbers here for you. Came across this on Twitter, and I don't know, I thought this was worthy of sharing. So this is, well, let's take a look here. This is Eli Yoakley.
You see that?
That's an awesome name. Says, new, look at the demographic profile of Joe Rogan's fan base, or as Timo DC put it.
Let me turn this up.
The very demographic Democrats need to be worried about. Dive into the data. So you have, this is Joe Rogan's audience. So avid fans, 72% male. Now some people might say, hey man, that's very, very male. But let me tell you something. On YouTube in particular, now granted he's mainly on Spotify now, but on YouTube in particular, my audience is 90% male. And this seems to be something that cuts across the entire field of politics, is that
and he's a liberal like me, a centrist really.
To 95% male. I don't know why, but when it comes to YouTube politics, it's just overwhelmingly more male. So this actually, 28% female is more than other people in the realm. So that's actually very interesting to me. Non-fans, you can see there, you got 42% male, 58% female. In the age breakdown is interesting. So avid fans, it's mostly 18 to 34-year-olds.
Oh, Jesus.
Then you have 35 to 44-year-olds, that's 23%. Then you have 45 to 64, that's 23%.
That's
and then
me.
65 plus is 9%. And then you can see the non-fan numbers there. But yeah, the key demo is his main demographic. So 18 to 34.
I'm going to put this in the comment section too, by the way, this video.
Those are the biggest Joe Rogan fans. Then you have, this is interesting too, the racial demographics. So you have avid fans, 64% white, 25% Hispanic, 8% black. Now, I think that sort of roughly mirrors what the numbers are in the country more generally, correct? I mean, you guys could tell me. I haven't looked those numbers up in a while, but that seems to me like it's roughly in the ballpark of what like the demographics of the entire country are. So 64% white, 25% Hispanic, 8% black and other. Or no, other's a tiny sliver here that I guess, I don't know, is that less than 1%? They didn't put in a percentage on that. Okay, so now let me show you the other chart here, because now you get political affiliation.
This is interesting.
Let's look at the political affiliation. So, Democratic, avid fans of Joe Rogan, Democratic, 23%. Independent, 31%. Republican, 46%.
Okay.
So you have more, there's a plurality of Republicans.
So I was wrong.
Or right-leaning people.
But still,
that
majority.
Are avid fans. Again, 31% independent, just 23% Democratic. And then you have ideology. You have liberal, 19%. Moderate, 28%.
That's
conservative is a majority of 54%. So this is the breakdown here. Now, Joe himself is a fascinating character because I think Joe largely fancies himself sort of apolitical, even though he does get involved in politics and he does talk politics, but I think he perceives himself as kind of apolitical. And then if he had to if you asked him, he says I'm mostly left. That's what he says if you ask him. If you zoom out and you look at it a little more objectively and you go based off like what his primary focus is and the stuff he talks about, I would say he probably fits more into the camp of like the quote unquote enlightened centrists,
which is
and
the camp I'm in.
More independent type, because he does have a lot of heterodox views that are all over the map.
Yep.
And honestly, sometimes it changes show for show, day for day, because if he's sitting in front of Ben Shapiro or Stephen Crowder, he generally sounds more conservative.
Exactly.
But if he's sitting in front of me or Bernie Sanders or Abby Martin, he sounds a lot more leftist.
Yep.
So,
by the way, I've been here since the beginning, 2009, and Joe's way, he's definitely has changed a bit. Not for the better. I mean, the show's great, and I still love Joe, but he seems to have gone. He's frustrated with the left, so he criticizes the left a lot, especially woke culture. But let me just continue, and I'm not going to play the whole thing. I know it's annoying with this little screen. I'm actually going to get a split screen eventually. So yeah, I will put this in the comment section here. But here we go.
My main takeaway when looking at this, I actually was a little surprised that the Democratic number was as low as it is. I was.
I know. I thought it was close to
that. With his audience,
I thought it was 60-40.
Really a unique opportunity, and that speaks to the text of the tweet too, because look, man, when Bernie Sanders went on, and no big deal or anything, but I sort of set that up. It's whatever, though. I'm not bragging or anything, bro. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here.
This guy's good, by the way. If you're not familiar with Kyle Kulinski, Secular Talk,
go read the responses. And the like to dislike is phenomenal too. Like I don't remember the number, 90, 95%, 98%, something like that likes.
Brian Tyler Cohen's good. These are lefty stuff.
The comments on the video are like, man, I thought this guy was crazy, but it turns out he's not. Like, he's great. I like him. I agree with him on a lot of stuff, and I think he's honest. And so you have that happens when Bernie goes on, when Cornel West goes on. People love that.
Yeah, he's another lefty.
Then you have,
awesome.
When I went on, I don't think I have as many likes as like Bernie Sanders or Cornel West in terms of the ratio of it, but I still, I think over 90% on most of the ones I was on, or high 80-something%, and the comments are all, very similar. Like, I agree with this guy. I think he's really, he's kind of logical and rational. So I think you have an opportunity with the audience to, sway them. I think a lot of them are more open-minded than some might think. Now, there's some that I'm sure are dyed in the wool, one perspective or another, probably more conservative than otherwise. But I do think that you have the potential for mass persuasion on a platform like that.
Totally.
Which is why it's worthy to engage in an honest and upfront and authentic and serious way and not be smugly dismissive and shaming, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly right.
So, and I know plenty of people out there disagree with that, but I believe that to my core. And the only counter argument I can really think of, which
this is good, and I'll stop it after this.
Like, I have no doubt that, let's say, hypothetically, Trump went on Rogan. I also think he'd probably get like a 90+% like rate.
That's it. Let me just pause this. Joe brings out the best in people, usually. I've seen all of his, like, literally almost all of his podcasts from beginning to end, every minute. I mean, I have not missed a single minute since like 2015, not a single podcast. Even if I'm not interested, I listen, whatever. So, and I very rarely hate a guest. And even going in, I'm like, oh, this asshole. Joe brings out the best in people, which is an awesome quality of Joe. Like Ben Shapiro. I liked Ben Shapiro. He's fine. Even fucking horrible Crowder, who's horrible, sarcastic, conservative. He even sort of brought out a good side with him too. So, all right, I'm almost 10 minutes. I'm going to work on this. Hopefully, this video is a little, I don't know. I could actually, I'll do that in my next video. So, all right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here at Tabor Talk. The day after St. Patrick's Day, it's like 65 degrees. How awesome is that? Long winter over.